What's going on, Fast Turn Radio watchers, listeners, replay catchers, gompers, and Todd? What's up, man?
What's up?
The young gun, one of the young guns of FBA. I don't know if anybody else calls you guys that, but I do because I just
You're the only one.
That's all right. That's my name for you. Yeah,
awesome.
It'll catch on. You watch. It'll catch on at some point.
Okay.
Part of the $100,000 a month club. And, dude, yeah, we're going to get into some of your daily habits or whatever because I see them. Now I understand what it takes to do that kind of volume.
A lot of shopping.
It is impressive to say the least. So, yeah, you want to take just a couple minutes and introduce yourself or talk about whatever? Let people know who you are.
What's that? My name's Todd from Pennsylvania. Been doing Amazon since last June. June 3rd will be a year since I started. My goal was to hit 1 million by then, but I think I'm going to fall a little short. I mainly do retail arbitrage. I don't do much online because it's just not what I'm good at. I mean, I can find some deals, but getting in the store is where I like to be. I used to coupon, so I was always in the store, clearing shelves one way or another, just a whole different atmosphere, and I love it. Right now I'm sitting in my car because I didn't make it home in time. So
yeah, you said you thought you might be home in time to do the show, and I do appreciate you taking time out to do it because I was like, no, just don't worry about the show. You don't need to come on. Go work, go make money, and you found a way to kind of do both. So Thank you so much for taking a few minutes to spend with us. So yeah, you're outsourcing today. Do you care to share? I know you just shot it across the chat, but do you want to share it on here? Because it's crazy.
Share what?
How much you spent today?
I spent $2,700 today. I'm not sure exactly what the profit will be right now because I'm still on the road.
No, man, there's no profit, right? I mean,
no,
we
there's
just do
none.
this for fun.
No it's just fun.
We just do it so we can take screenshots and put crap up there.
Yeah. I was just – go ahead.
And you did about the same yesterday, right? Actually, a little bit more.
A little bit more yesterday.
Yeah. A
lot of traffic today was slowing me down.
Yeah, you had lunch with KIB. That's cool.
Yes, I did.
I'm jealous, man.
It was awesome.
Definitely.
California Pizza Kitchen.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know where you guys went. I just knew you got together for lunch.
It was top secret, but yeah, it was just a bad day with traffic for me, so it slowed me down a lot. But I can't complain now.
Yeah, so you're selling about – oh, hang on. Pam, just so you know, your video's on. I can't turn your video off. So if you want to be on camera, that's cool. But it's totally up to you. Only you can control your video. So you're welcome to stay on. But otherwise, in the lower left-hand corner, there is a little video camera-looking icon. And if you click on that, it'll turn off your camera. Just so you know. All right. So you do 100,000 in a month. That's become like your normal month, I guess, right? A little more, a little less.
A little more, a little less. The last two I've hit it. This month I'll probably be a little shy. Okay. But after today, who knows?
Yeah. So, you know, but the hard part to grasp, because everybody says I want to sell 100,000 in a month. I said that. I do say that. You know, and Mindy asked if we were going to be there, if he and I were going to make it by Q4. You know, I sure hope so, but don't know until it gets there. But what strikes me is, yeah, it's great to say I want to sell 100,000 in a month, but the amount of work and the amount of money that you have to spend to be able to hit those kind of numbers just blew my mind. You know, I am not used to doing $3,000 worth of RA. You know, if I spend 500 or 1,000 non Q4, that was a good day to me. So to see you and Harvey and Matt doing that day in and day out has just shown me what is possible. And you guys do it like every day. It's insane. So
yeah, today was unusual. I seen someone actually clear the shelf of what I wanted right in front of me. And I didn't like that.
Is that the person that you said somebody's in my area?
I think it's the same person that we were talking about yesterday. I think, and I'm not even in my area, but it's the same store that's in my area. So I think it was him.
So somebody's on your list, man.
And it was literally, he was using his phone, figuring it out right as I was walking up to take it all, because I was just trying to be in and out because the traffic was coming up at 4 o'clock and I was trying to get on the road, but he beat me to it.
So
but
you
then
didn't get any units at all?
No, I raced across town because I thought he was going to go to the other one, and I got him there. I called and asked them to hold them for me, but she's like, well, they've been here a while and no one's buying them. She didn't understand that I was in a race across town to get them before this other person. So like I don't know if he went there, but I was gone by the time he got there if he went there.
Yeah, you know, he probably got there and like asked the cashier or manager or something, you know, do you have these? You know,
yep.
We did, but some guy just came and bought like 100 of them.
Hopefully that's what happened.
That's awesome.
Because he literally got them right as I was walking in the store, and I was not happy. That's the first time that's ever happened to me.
You didn't run over and throw an elbow? Yeah.
Matt was telling me to run in front of him and just take them. But I've never had that situation happen, so it was weird. I didn't know what to do. I just kept walking around the store.
Yeah, I've met you a couple of times face to face, and I realize now you're a nice guy, but dude, you got a mean look to you. You are not approachable. So
I know
if you just like walked up to him and you're like, dude, that's my stuff. Yeah, I think you could have at least got half. I mean,
I've been hearing this my whole life. I need to smile more. Something I don't do, I guess.
Yeah, your smiles are pretty intimidating, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Look at that. We got Michael Wolf on camera. What's up, man? If you want to turn your camera off, it's in the lower left-hand corner. You just click the little camera icon. See, just everybody showing up to watch tonight. Somebody asked in the chat room, how much do you have to spend to hit 100,000 in a month? So do you have any idea how much? Do you actually track how much you spend? Close to it? If you don't want to share.
I honestly don't know the actual number.
Okay.
I would say probably about 50,000.
Yeah, that sounds about right. You know, I figure most things that I sell are at 2x. So, of course, you have inventory already there. Spend another 50,000. So, yeah, that's probably pretty accurate. August is saying 40,000. And August, he's another one of the young guns. You know, he's kind of that. He's not in the 100,000 club, but man, he's working hard to get there, and he's crazy too. I don't know if you saw the other day. He
just hit $4,000 yesterday, right?
I don't know. Did he? I missed it.
I think so.
He probably did, because man,
he just said, "Yo."
Okay, there you go. He did 4,000 yesterday. Right. Last May, I did 5,700. The whole month. You guys are doing like 4,000 a day, 3,000. You know, you made more. We talked about this. You had more in sales when you woke up this morning than I have all day, and I feel like I'm having a good day.
But that's rare though. It's been a slow last week for me, so I had to reprice, and it kicked in right away.
Yeah, funny how that works. You know, you lower your prices just that much, and suddenly stuff starts flying. You get in the buy box, and it's gone.
Yeah.
You guys are not buying long-term hold type stuff. And everything you're buying is selling when it gets there from what I'm seeing, just a little bit that you have shown.
Yeah, we do a lot of groceries, so a lot of dates. You got to watch them.
Yeah, definitely can't sit on those.
Not much sitting. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Take the profit when you got the chance, because I don't know.
Yeah, so people have to understand, though, the amount of work that you guys put into it is simply incredible. It's day after day, almost morning till night. I mean, right now I'm sitting in my house, we're doing the show at 8 o'clock at night. I'm pretty much done. You know, you're still out shopping. August, I started to talk about his day yesterday, is like go home for a couple of hours, you know, take a shower, go back out on the road. I mean, he's just that's all he does, and then he'll pack up some stuff and it gets sent out, and he goes and does it again. And Matt's the same way. Harvey, you guys are all just incredible. It's just simply impressive, the amount of work that you put into it.
Once I branch out, I don't like to leave stores untouched, so it's hard to turn around.
You ever just spend the night somewhere?
Yeah, I've done that once. It was my second week ever, FBA.
Yeah.
And I did it once, and it was Nexium, and I packaged it in the hotel, dropped it at UPS in the morning, and then branched out the other direction.
Yeah. Yeah, Matt says he's headed to the beach. Matt was supposed to be on, but he definitely made the right choice by going to the beach instead. But you do you have any employees? This I'm not sure.
I have two.
Okay.
I would never be able to do the packaging. That's
Okay.
the biggest thing. Like, do a lot of bundles, so there's no way I'd be able to do all the shopping and packaging.
Okay. Oh, that's right. You said you got a couple mothers that work for you. Now I remember.
Yeah, they were working on Mother's Day, remember?
They were working, yeah. Bless their hearts. And it's paying off so well.
Yep.
That's the other thing that I kind of want to touch on. So you guys work hard, no doubt about it. But you also network, which is vital. And I've talked about that the last couple of weeks. And that's why I was really excited to have you guys on, because I want to share actual results from what networking can achieve, because you don't have to go to every store yourself. I mean, while you're on the road, Harvey's on the road, Matt's on the road, and you guys have gotten me out into the stores more lately than I used to be. So, and August is out in the stores constantly, and all that information is getting shared back and forth. So it's not that you got to find all the deals yourself. You actually just have this group of people that you work with and that you trust, and you share your information. And now, hey, I'm going to Big Lots. What should I look for? Well, here's a couple of things I found, and here's a couple of things I found. Suddenly you have 10 things to look for, where normally I would walk in with 2 things that I knew. So I don't know about you. I think it's absolutely vital to have that network in place.
It definitely is. It's the best thing ever. Like, me and Matt, we went down to SCOE the other week just for the night. Didn't go to the conference, but we just hung out with people, and it's awesome because it pays for itself, just the networking.
Yeah, definitely. Even if you don't go to the conference, go hang out around the conference, because the people are incredible, and that's how I got hooked up with you guys. It was the Scam Power conference where I kind of met you, but didn't really know you guys, and then we got to know each other a little more, and I knew you were going to Baltimore. It was like, cool, going to Baltimore, gonna hook up again now that I actually know you, and see if we can start to work together.
We boiled our dinner together.
Yeah. That was excruciating. Yeah, the melting pot. Good food, but man, you better be ready for the long haul.
3-hour dinner.
Boil for 6 to 10 minutes each.
Yep.
Because we've all got like 9 pieces of meat on our plate. This is not going to go well. But yeah, it was but that was kind of the first time that I saw you and Matt, and I was in awe. I mean, the fact that you guys could start about 9 months ago now, and just blow it out of the water the way you have. Did you have a big starting budget? Did you use the couponing money to
use a lot of the couponing product?
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Okay.
To start it, and then you're gonna hate this, but credit cards. That's without that, I would have never been doing what I'm doing. But that's me. Everyone's different.
Yeah, I understand. You know how I feel about credit cards, but that's cool. So you took those couponing skills, and you have definitely transferred those over to FBA. So I saw that you guys don't pay for gas ever. Is that right?
Well, I had to pay for gas because I couldn't find a giant gas station here today, so I had to put $10 in. Hopefully it gets me home. So I don't have to pay because I have free gas, so why would I pay?
You've got free gas for life, I think.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's incredible. Harvey was saying he was filling up gas tanks almost for free, I think, or maybe it was free. I don't know. I only caught part of the story, but where he had so many points and they were about to expire, he had his guy out there filling up gas tanks for free. So it's amazing. I wish if I could even get that little part down, it would be cool. But the best I can get is Kroger up to $1 off a gallon.
Do they max it there?
Yeah, they max it at $1 a gallon and 35 gallons. So
yeah, I've had my Kmart card, I think, up to $120 off a gallon. It just keeps taking it down. But Kmart did away with Sunoco, which is what we had. I don't know if it's because the way me and Matt got free gas for 2 years, but now I'm back to the giant gas.
So what do they do? Have like special items that give you extra gas points or something?
At Giant, yeah, they do. Every week they have a different rotating group of items. You buy so many, you save so much. And that's what you do. And then you just sell those items.
Yeah, and even if you break free or break even on them,
you get free gas out of it.
Free gas.
Yep.
That is so cool. All right, I know we had some questions. Okay, Mindy wants to know, are these trips for replenishables? So how much are you doing just kind of one-off stuff, and how much replen, or do you do?
I don't do many replens, actually.
Okay.
I have maybe 3, and one is dead lately, it seems like. The other one, Matt just told me today that Amazon's coming in stock with it, so
Ooh.
That might be killing that one. I only have like 12 left right now anyway, so it's not a big deal. But then another one comes from a manufacturer, and they're talking about making us bubble wrap that item. So that might be an end to that one, because that would not be fun.
Yeah, that's not cool. I had some stuff that I had to bubble wrap. I ditched it. I mean, it was just not worth the effort. All right, Jenny Letterer asked, does location play a part in your ability to do RA? I have some very strong feelings on this, but what are your thoughts?
I mean, it all depends on the stores. You just got to learn the stores. I mean, is that what you mean?
Yeah. She wants to know, so, like how many targets? I mean, everyone has at least a target. How many?
In my immediate, like in my city, there's 2 targets.
Okay.
And targets outside of my city is usually about 2 per city. Every city over I go, I think.
So how long does it take you to get to a target not in your city? Half-hour drive, hour drive?
Half hour.
Half hour. Okay. So it's
I do a target run that I can hit like 12 targets. It'll take like 8 hours if it's good enough.
See, that's my point. Okay. So Jenny's asking, does location play a part?
Yeah, you just have to know the stores. So if you're going to this city, you got to know that all these stores are there. If all the stores have a good item that week and you have enough time to hit them all, then do it. But if not, just know the geography and know what is around.
Exactly. And you got to be willing to drive for the next 8 hours, or at least work the next 8 hours. Part of that is drive time. If you're in an area that does not have 10 targets, like Jacksonville, I think has 7, that's a couple hours from here. You have to be willing to get in the car and drive and do the work and be gone from 6 a.m. until 10 p.m. and hit all those stores. Then location doesn't play a part, because you can cover a whole lot of area in that amount of time. I only have 35 minutes from me is our closest target in Savannah, and Savannah has 2 total. But again, if I drive 2 hours south, I can be in Jacksonville where they have 7. So, I could sit here and say, well, I'm being held back by my location. I only have 2 targets. No, I'm being held back by my work ethic, because I could get my butt in the car and leave at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning and have all day in Jacksonville where they have a ton of stores. 3.5 hours, I could be in Atlanta. Do I want to do that? No. Atlanta's not my favorite place to go, but we all have options. That's my point. You can't just go, oh, I don't have enough places to source from. And Jenny, I'm not saying that you are in that mindset, but I know some people are, and I don't like it. That is the number one thing that I have seen from you guys and learned from you guys. The products have been great, and the insights here and there. It's just the work ethic and the hustle. You guys never stop. Agus is, I don't know. I mean, he's got a 1-year-old, and he's just out of the house constantly. I don't know how his wife puts up with that, but at least you don't have to deal with the wife and kids.
Correct.
But Matt, he's got a family. Harvey's got a family. So you guys are doing this with the same obligations that we all have. I know you don't have a wife and kids, but I'm sure you have to be somewhere for somebody. It's just the way life is. So my point is, just kudos to you guys for all the hard work and effort that you put in. And Jenny and anybody else that thinks I'm in too rural of an area, not if you get in the car and drive. You can be anywhere fairly quickly these days. So
yeah, sometimes it's an hour until I hit my first store on a route.
Yeah.
But
the pre-planning is vital also. So that's a great point. Just don't go blind into the next city. There's all kinds of websites and apps that you can pull up to plan your route. So, again, Jacksonville's got, 4 or 5 big lots. I can plot all those on a map and I can see exactly where they're at. So if I'm going on a big lots run down to Jacksonville, I can leave early in the morning, go hit all those stores, clean them out, still be back, that night. It just takes pre-planning.
Yep.
All right. So we got all kinds of stuff.
I see a lot of talk about the tax exempt issue at Target. I haven't personally used that in months because it just takes forever. The only place I use it is Walmart because they give me this little card that's so easy.
Yeah, you and Harvey made very good points when we brought this up the other day, and I will talk about the tax stuff, what I found the other day. But you guys said it's not worth my time. That you actually calculated your time out and you had to spend $170 just to have the amount of time that it takes to go through the tax exempt process to even equal out, to break even. So you guys would just pay the tax just to be able to save your time and keep on moving. I thought that was pretty interesting. Harvey is definitely a numbers guy. He breaks crap down to the minute. But what I did see, what I want to share with everyone, I went to Target the other day. I did use my tax exempt, but I don't know what button the cashier hit, but the K5 that says resale next to it is no longer there. The K5 is there, but it's blank next to it. And she hit the K5 button, it did nothing. So I don't know if she rang me up as a government employee or what. Maybe I'm a religious entity at this point. I'm not sure, but somehow I got tax exempt. But I would say I will never try to use tax exempt at Target again. And she had to work around the system,
especially now. Even if you would try it, it's just going to raise a flag because now they don't want it.
Yeah. And you know what? It kind of cuts through one of the problems that we've always run into when you clear the shelf of Shopkins or whatever the hot toy is, and that manager is kind of staring at you. And if you want the tax exempt, you got to tell them, yeah, I'm resale. Well, now you might have an issue.
Yeah.
I guess they could still stop you if they saw you with 6 carts full of stuff. But, if you're not asking for tax exempt, you could really just be like anybody else.
Yeah, I was limited about a month ago at a Target to 6 items. But they watched me like walking through the store and then let me empty my cart on the belt and then told me this. So I didn't buy anything. I just left it.
Okay, say that again. I'm sorry, I was reading one of the comments.
Someone was watching me, like following me through the aisles.
This was at Target?
As I'm putting all this stuff in my cart. And then when I go up to the cash register to pay, someone comes up and they tell me I can only buy 6 of an item. And I had like 50 of this Vicks item that was on clearance. I'm like, forget it. I don't want anything because you just watched me walk through the store, put all this in my cart. Now I'm unloading it. Forget it. And I went back yesterday and I got all their Shopkins. So it was a little stealth mission. I know they communicate from store to store, so I'm really not trying to make them mad.
Yeah, you don't want to be on the wrong side of the management or the store. Kohl's is the only one that I know that is vehemently opposed to resellers. I talked to my Target manager maybe a month ago or so, and I told him I was reselling, and he said, you guys are still a customer, so it's not that we don't want to sell to you, but we don't want you to take everything from all the other customers either. So there's kind of a balance. Now, he was saying that as I had just cleared the shelf of shopping. I said, I totally understand. I get it. And that's a good policy.
Yep.
I got my Shopkins and didn't say a word, but people in the chat room are saying that you're going to see more and more of this. And I agree. I think Amazon is finally getting big enough and there's enough of us out there. They know what's going on. And
yeah.
So, what's the answer? What is the answer? Everybody
wholesale.
Wholesale. Why don't we find out who makes Shopkins and go order them? Why don't we find out who's making Vicks and order it?
Yep.
That puts you on the up and up with all of Amazon's policies, okay? Because they come back and they say, did you get this from the manufacturer? If it's a counterfeit claim, where'd you get it? Well, I got it from the store. Well, that's not the manufacturer. We don't know if it's counterfeit or not.
Yeah.
Kind of ridiculous, but I've heard them take that stance. If you get items from a wholesale source, there's no question. It's here. I got it from Hasbro or Mattel. Here is my manufacturer direct receipt or my distributor invoice, whatever the case may be. And you can order in quantities. You don't have to rely on, hey, how many Shopkins does Target have on the shelf? No. How many Shopkins would you like to order? Yep. Wholesale is to me where you got to turn to. So I'm trying to get you guys more involved. That's kind of my contribution to the group is, let's start bringing in more wholesale deals.
I'm ready.
I'm trying. I'm working on them.
I know.
I shot off a couple today. I'm trying to get us hooked up.
Awesome.
So all right, you ready to go through some road to 500K with me?
Sure.
I know that's like a good month for you, but
yeah, okay.
Some of us, we're working for like a whole year goal, and I don't know what's going on with Seller Central today, but man, my stuff is definitely not updating properly. Oh, yeah. Well, maybe it is. I just hit the refresh button, and it looks like we had a few $100s in sales. So suddenly it's still not showing the actual.
It's not showing the orders, right?
It's got a couple of them in here, but like our sales just jumped by $180, and I see $30 worth of product that's changed in my inventory, or in the pending sales. Uh-huh. So yeah, something's going kind of batty.
It's rough. You want to see those sales and you can't.
Yeah, that's it.
I keep hitting refresh, but it's just not showing me anything.
Yeah, and Matt was funny. You guys know you're already there, but for those of us not used to it, you're in a whole different game when somebody says, "I haven't had a sale in 2 hours." Something's wrong. You're not like, "Oh, gee, are sales slow for you?" No, like Amazon's broken. This does not happen. So that was my first clue. See, if I go 2 hours without sales, it's like, man, it's kind of slow right now. You guys are like, "No, there's something up," because that just doesn't.
Yeah, my last sale shows at 4:24, and I know that's not right.
Yeah, because that would be what, 7:30.
5 hours.
Well, I think that's Pacific time that they show.
No, it shows 1:24, which
is okay.
4:24.
There you go. Yeah. So definitely not working properly. But I can at least run through some numbers real quick, and you can feel free to mock me or whatever else you choose to do.
Nothing.
All right. So I'm sharing my screen. And here we are. Here is Seller Central. As semi-defunct as it is, it does seem to be working well enough. So here's where you guys come in. This 8,000, 15,000, 30,000, that is all.
I don't see that.
Oh, you're
all
not.
I see is the cameras over there.
Okay. Chat room. Do you guys see the screen? Okay. Maybe it may have popped up on a second. Oh, exit full screen. That's what they're saying. I don't know if you have I'm not really sure what it looks like from your side. Sorry.
We see the 4 camera spots going down the right where you're at. Can you slide the screen to the left a little?
No, you should be able to see the screen. Like you have the 4 slots going down, and then I don't know, you should see.
You said, oh, that's just me. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to move it over. There you go.
Got it.
Helping you out. Click the arrow. See, chat room knows. I have no clue. I can't help you. All right. So here's what I was saying. You see my little pointer?
Uh-huh.
The ordered products. All right. 7 days at 8,000. 15-day is at almost 16,000. And 30-day is just under 31,000. There are a handful of people that played a big part in that. And you guys are definitely one of them with some of the buys that you let me go in on. And I cannot thank you enough for those. Just incredible products, incredible opportunity, and they're freaking flying. If
They are.
It's you get in the buy box and it's just like, I mean, they just tick off. It's ridiculous. But now I've got a couple other wholesale products like that as well. So it's all coming together very nicely. So let's go into the reports. And we are right at 900 for the day. So I know we're selling stuff. I just don't know what in the world it is. We did 1,500 yesterday, and same day last week was 1,400, as opposed to a year ago when we did 200. So, you know, what a difference 12 months and some networking makes.
Yep.
Month to date. Let's see where we stand with the month to date. Should be coming up close to, 21,000. I was thinking close to what we did last month, which we are right there. So we're just under 21,000. Last month we did just over 22, so we are going to be better than last month. I'm thinking we're going to hit 30,000. It's going to be close, but the way things are looking, we're doing a solid 1,000 and really moving closer to the $1,200 to $1,400 a day. And what are you at on the day? You care to share that?
I am at 47.39. Can you see that?
Hang on, I got to move my chat screen to see if I can. I don't know.
I think it was too bright.
Yeah, it probably was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too bright, but you know what? People can just take your word for it. I mean, jeez, 4,700. Yeah.
That's unusual, though.
You see, here's our month to date. Last year was 6,700. So you almost beat my entire month last year today. So good job. All right, we'll jump to the year to date real quick. This is actually more important. We finally crossed over the 100,000 mark. Took a little bit longer than I was hoping it would, but we're over 100,000 for the year. 2341 is our average order size, and it is across an entire array of categories. Yeah, I've gone through those the last couple of weeks. I won't do it again. But I did learn this trick from KIB. I didn't know we could change that from top 5 categories to top 20. But there you go. There's the top 20 breakdown. You guys can see where stuff's selling. My one single automotive sale is still there. Someday
I got approved in there, and I've yet to send anything in.
Yeah, I sold one truck horn that was an Amazon flip. They had it mispriced at like $18. And, you know, I ordered, I think 5 or 6 of them, whatever the limit was, and they sent me one. And so I paid $18 and sold it for almost $60. So that was my one automotive deal. Still heavy in the grocery. Grocery and toys by far are our top 2 categories. And then kitchen and a few others start to come in. The shoes I love. Harvey's killing it with shoes. We're trying to get there. But we've sold 147 pair for $5,800. So just under $6,000 in shoes on the year.
Yeah, shoes. I like shoes.
And yeah, I want to go back to the month to date just for the shoes, because we're trying to sell two pairs of shoes a day.
See, I didn't even know you could do that.
Oh, to select the categories and all?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. So this is our month to date total shoe sales. So we've sold 44 units in 20 days. So we're doing a little bit better than the 2 a day and right at $1,600. 3720 is our ASP, and we have not paid more than $20 for a pair of shoes. Most of them are 15 that we're selling. So we're paying about 15 selling for almost 40. So the margins are just incredible.
That's awesome.
And yeah, you get a few returns, but man, they go right back into inventory and they sell again. So who cares? That'll roll.
Yeah, I've had 2 defective pairs returned so far. That's it.
I hate defective shoes. You know.
Yeah, they're size 5 women's. Both of them are size 5. I'm like, okay.
I think that's a big girl, not a small woman. I mean, that is a tiny foot. But okay, what's a truck horn? Yeah, horn for a truck. Yes, that's what it was. All right, you guys have any questions? I'm sorry, I was kind of just talking to Todd there. Let me get back to the chat room for a second. Oh, again, congratulations on the 100,000. Thank you, Mindy. Yeah, it's kind of nice to get over that hump. That's, kind of the first hurdle. Trying to hit, if we can do, we'd almost have to do 300,000, I think, prior to November, December to have a shot at 500,000. But we'll see. We got some ground to make up.
What did you do last December?
69,000.
Okay.
So, not sure if we'll be able to double that or not. Probably should be able to, I would imagine. But Chris Manise is here. What's up, man?
You can do that.
Well, I know you guys can. Whether or not I
can.
No,
I said you can.
Yeah, I know what you said. I heard you. I just don't know if I believe you.
You can.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of returns. Jenny's asking, do you have a lot of returns, and are they specified for men, lady, kids? I sell almost exclusively kids' shoes. So, no, I do not have a lot of returns, but they're kid shoes. I've sold some men's shoes and some women's, and I think I got maybe one pair of the men's shoes returned, but no, I stick to the kid shoes.
Chris just said his shoe returns are about 13%.
Yeah, they run a little high, but
again, I actually never
back into inventory.
Yeah, I don't even have a clue what mine would be, but I've only received 2 defective pairs back.
Yeah, I've never had one actually come all the way back to me. They've gone back into the warehouse. They've gone back to Amazon, but I've never had one land back at the house. Mindy, you don't even have to sign up for the service to have it repackaged. Apparently it's just something they do, because I never signed up for the repackage as new system that they have or whatever.
Yeah, I thought that was a service too, but I've never had any. A lot of other items, I think, is what that service is for. Yeah, because I do get a lot of other stuff back that could have just been checked over and it would have been fine, but I actually had to remove it.
Yeah, I think clothing and shoes, it's kind of an automatic thing. Now, they do charge you in the neighborhood of about $4.50 total when they repackage that stuff for you. But
per item?
For shoes and clothing, yeah.
Okay.
So when they put it back into your inventory, they do charge you some fees. But for me, it is totally worth it when I'm selling a shoe that I'm making $10 on. If it gets returned once and I sell it again, I'm still ahead in the game. And, and overall, obviously, that's a very small percentage. Even at 13%, that's a very small percentage that gets returned and I have to pay those fees on. I'll take it all day long.
Definitely.
But, defective shoe. That's kind of ridiculous. All right, so we're going to jump off the road to 500K. But, just one last thing. I want to compare the year over year. So you saw we were a little over 100,000. And we need to double last year's sales, essentially. And we are right there. Holy cow, it's almost dead even. So we're at 101,000 right now. And a year ago at the same time, we were at 50,500. Excuse me, 500. So, yeah, we are at the 2X point. And we did 215 total last year. So if we double it, that'd put us at 430. That puts us within striking distance of 500,000. So making up ground fast.
Awesome.
So we're going to stop that. What really kills me is when you guys talk about I'm having a slow day and you do like 2,500.
It just seems slow sometimes because when you refresh the order button every 5 minutes and nothing's selling, it seems slow even if it ends that high.
Yeah.
It's an obsession. I can't stop it. How do you stop it?
I don't know. I've been selling for
I would love to know. Now. How do you just go hours without looking? I want to know.
Unless you're just busy. That's the only time. Like if I'm packing, see, you don't do your own packing, so you don't even have that downtime.
I know.
If I go in the garage and pack for a couple of hours, then it's kind of nice. You come back and it's, hey, there's my boost in sales. Then you can kind of look back. But, yeah, otherwise it's just on my iPad, I almost constantly go back and forth between Messenger and my seller account, just Safari. And I just hit them back and forth. I mean, it's muscle memory at this point. Yeah.
At lunch today, I didn't look for like 45 minutes, and I was very amazed. I didn't even pick up my phone.
See, yeah, but you were sitting with KIB. I mean,
Yeah.
she will keep your attention. I mean, she's an incredible lady with just a wealth of knowledge and just interesting to talk to. And I could just listen to her talk all day.
Yep.
Just that accent. I don't know what it is exactly, but she's just, the way she speaks, it's just like, yeah, she can talk about anything. It doesn't matter. Read a menu. That's cool. So that's where our road to 500K is. And you are in a Home Depot parking lot. Are you going in, or are you done for the day?
I already went in.
So you're about to wrap it up and head home?
I'm about to, I think I'm going to stop and look for that hot little item we were talking about.
All right. Cedra said, I love that $1 million seller looks at their account all the time too. That's right. See,
I don't know how to stop. I can't stop.
If you want to be like $1 million seller, do what they do. And so, yeah, just refresh all the time. You just make money. Matt
thinks it helps the sales. So the more you refresh it, the more the
Amazon knows you're interested. Like, oh, these guys care. Let's sell their stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Manise said dead battery. That might be the only other way.
But I have 3 backup batteries, and I just bought like 4 more today at Target because they're on clearance.
Oh, nice.
So I'll have a whole bunch of them.
That's
if
awesome.
I have a dead battery, that's the problem.
All right, so what's the rest of your night look like? You're going to stop by one more place, try to grab one product. Are you done for the night after that? Or
I'm done. I'm going to go home. I'm an hour and a half from home right now, but it would have been 2.5 hours in the traffic earlier.
Wow.
And then I'll wake up. My people will unload the car. They'll process it, and I don't think I'm going to shop tomorrow.
All right. What do you do on the days you're not shopping then?
Think about shopping usually. It's hard. It's hard, especially after seeing someone in one of the stores that I know today.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to happen. I think I'll be in the stores. I can't.
You need to just stand outside the store and just wait until you see. You know what the person looks like now, right?
Uh-huh, and I know what he drives.
So just stand and wait. And as he starts to walk in, go, hey, buddy, can I talk to you for a minute? I just want to have a conversation with you. See this? This is all me.
Like right now I have someone that shops for me, but the way it happens is it's always off of a list.
Yeah.
And after seeing this guy today, I already told him I'm going to get him scanning next week so he can be getting the good items while he's in the store as well, because he doesn't do that now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the things I'm going to try to work with Teresa, who does my online arbitrage packing for me. I just have everything shipped to her. And I want to work with her more to get her actually in the store so I can kind of give her the list. You know, like I've been doing my Publix runs. So, you know, I don't want to necessarily have to go to Publix. I do like to get in the stores though.
Yeah.
But, you know, Publix, she's closer to all of them than I am. So I could actually do like the Big Lots run while she's doing Publix and start to split that work up and bring in more product that way.
Definitely.
So there was something. Saw something.
But that's a big priority for me, is getting someone to scan for me now, because
I think that would definitely help. Oh, Alex Mutt asked where you're at. And you're in Pennsylvania.
Correct.
Are you still in Pennsylvania? I know you were in Delaware earlier today.
I'm right now. I'm outside of Philly.
Okay.
I live in Lancaster, Amish country. Everyone says Amish country the second they hear it.
Yeah. All right. And so you just real quick, we got about 15 minutes left. I'm sorry to everybody. It looks like Harvey's not going to be able to join us, I guess, or maybe he doesn't have the link. I don't know. He could be PMing me and I just have no idea. I didn't think about that.
Someone just asked if I can't even see the chat. What was the question? If I list myself.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. That's all I do for the packaging right now, and I need to start doing a buy list so I don't even have to list. I just want to shop, Let them deal with it because they can do that. That's just holding me back from making more.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's kind of what Kelly's method is or Matt, not Kelly, Matthew Kelly. But that's what Matt's method is he just goes and chops and drops it off and goes and chops some more. And that's how he's moving his. He doesn't actually touch a thing, from what I understand, which is pretty incredible. I was standing out in a hot garage this afternoon, and it was only for about an hour. And, I packed up a decent amount of product, probably $75 worth. So, not bad for an hour's work. But I was sitting there going, wouldn't it be a lot better to have somebody else doing this? And it also reminded me how much I like the wholesale part of things. This is what we haven't touched on. I got to get to this.
Okay.
Okay. So I was going to ask how you guys, I know you and Matt knew each other previously. You worked together.
Correct.
I assume you met Harvey just kind of through the Facebook chats and getting to know him that way.
Yep.
Okay. So the three of you started working together. How much, this blew me away when you let me in on some of it. How much do you guys process each other's inventory? Do you do that quite a bit, or is that kind of a rare thing?
It's new, but I don't mind doing it at all.
Yeah.
We both like it because we have the people to do it, so it's no big deal. And it's saving you guys shipping, because why should we buy it in a group deal and then ship it to you, and then you're going to ship it right back to Pennsylvania anyway? There's no sense in that.
Yeah, and you guys are like two hours away from the AVP1 location. So things are going live the next day. So, I just want people to understand when we went in on a couple of different buys, regardless of who was making the buy, it got shipped to you and Matt. You guys had your people process it, and it went into inventory basically the next day or within a couple of days, depending on how big the buy was and how much the processing time was. But you have any idea how incredible that is to me, where I never saw a product, I never touched it, never had anything to do with it, and yet I made hundreds of dollars off of it. Zero work. It was nothing more than writing a check.
Yeah.
I know you kind of get that every day with your people doing the work for you, but I mean, I never saw the product, and Harvey never saw the product. You said that you just started doing this. You should do more of it. And if I can ever get the product where it's, here in Georgia, I may bring Teresa in and it's going to be me doing the processing. I don't have the team set up that you do, but it makes so much sense to have everything shipped to one location. You have it processed, shipped out of that location to somewhere close by. And for you guys, it's AVP. I did this with Daniel Metters, where everything went to CVG 3, I think it is, or whatever. It's in Kentucky, kind of the same thing. He's 2 hours away from the fulfillment center, goes live the next day. So for anybody out there listening, if you have that opportunity to start to talk to people and understanding where they are physically, and you can work together on these buys instead of looking at each other as competition and I can't possibly share a product with somebody. I mean, what we're talking about were things that there's no way one person could just buy all of it. There were things that even combined with 5 or 6 of us, we didn't come close to buying all of it. Would have loved to.
And we all wished we did now.
We're watching stuff fly off the shelf, and it's like, oh my God, maybe I should have just dropped the whole 20 grand on it, but you just got to limit yourself sometimes, and you don't want to go in too deep just in case, because you don't know what's going to happen. But it's been invaluable. I mean, so far I've had wholesale units go in, liquidation units go in, and this stuff's all going into my inventory. And the only thing that I've packed lately was the hour that I spent in my garage sweating, going, this sucks. So I thank you guys for that as well. It's just
I'm ready. Amazing. I'm ready for more. So
hey, I'm on the lookout.
Trying to find more places. Like I meant to go to one of our main spots today, but then this thing happened where this guy cleared the shelf in front of me and I had to race across town. I didn't make it to the spot I needed to go to. But
sorry, man.
It's just an excuse to come back this way, so it's no big deal.
There you go. All right, we got a couple questions and then we'll wrap it up, because I want people to hear this. You've been shopping all day, and you still have an hour and a half drive home.
I left home at 11, so it wasn't an early day.
Well, you're going to be on the road for almost 12 hours by the time, and maybe 12 hours by the time you get home.
Yeah,
that's a long day, but all right.
It was a nice lunch. It was a relaxed day. They're not usually 12 hours, but sometimes it happens.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I still can't believe you had lunch with KIB, man. That's awesome. Okay. So Eric Lovejoy asked, how do you get your items to go to one warehouse close to you? Use premium inventory placement.
I don't use any inventory placement. Anything that's a large quantity goes to AVP. And then pretty much lately I've been sending everything else to Baltimore.
Oh, okay. I've never shipped there.
That's what it's telling me to do. That just popped up about 2 weeks ago. And that's only an hour and a half for me, so it would be 45 minutes from my house, an hour away.
Yeah. For anybody on the East Coast, it seems like if you send 18 units or more, because some people were asking in the chat room, if you're on the East Coast and you send 18 of the same unit or more, or 18 units of the same product or more, it tends to go to one warehouse. For me, in Georgia, it goes to CVG3 in Kentucky. That's why it's kind of nice for Daniel when I put in the information from him. It's still going to that same warehouse, but it's like next day instead of 2 days like it is normally for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's in Pennsylvania, which I changed my address to Pennsylvania, and it'll show AVP. So it's not premium placement. It's not inventory placement. It's just simply something that people on the East Coast kind of have an advantage with Amazon, where we get single warehouse placement.
Don't make people hate me now.
Well, I found out you, Harvey, Matt, and KIB all get a warehouse, and Daniel all get a warehouse that you get to the next day. I'm the only one that, talking to people in my little networks that aren't getting that. I think Michael Flanagan is in Massachusetts. I'm not sure if he gets AVP the next day or if it's 2 days for him. But he has definitely sent some of my products as well. Okay. Michael said AVP is 2 days.
I did notice last Q4 that the number went from 18 to I think 32 was the highest I saw at a point.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So once it gets busy, it does start. They do start messing with it. They love to mess with stuff.
Yeah. Well, you got to think about it. It costs them money for us to do that.
Yeah. And they have to ship it out.
Yeah, exactly. We're shipping to a distribution center, but then they've got to pay or use their trucks or whatever to get it to where it's actually going. I'm actually surprised that they let us do that at all, but yeah, I'll ride it as long as they allow it, because it's awesome. So yeah, that's one thing that I tend to do a lot of, is buy at least 18 of something just so it goes to the one warehouse. And I am going to touch on the little hot button topic that I've talked about the last couple of weeks. And you are not commingled, correct?
Correct.
All right. I am now commingled on most things that I send out. And as I stood in my little hot garage, I thought, the other day I sent 192 units in under 30 minutes. I put up a little screenshot of my actual timer, and that was from the time I opened the box, and it was 7 cases, master cases. But from the time I opened them, scanned the product, got everything labeled to be shipped out. So the entire process was 7 boxes, 192 units, and it took me 29 minutes to complete that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Should be close to $1,000 in profit when it's all said and done. That's profit, not sales. And that was done in half an hour. The flip side was me sweating my butt off in the garage for an hour to make 75 bucks. I was like, this doesn't really add up, but I kind of like selling the product. So I do like to have it in there, and it's, do it once and then sell it over the course of the next month, and it works out. But the commingled, I know you're not a fan of it. That's cool, but it does make life a lot easier. And if you're selling stuff that is not likely to be knocked off, I got no problem with it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, majority of what I sell is grocery and HBA. So
not going to do you any good anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it definitely would be good with some stuff, but I just think my employees would get confused.
That actually is somewhat of an issue with some of the OA that I've sent to Teresa with the commingled. If you use like an MSKU where it was labeled, but now it's commingled, you have to create a new MSKU, and there were some hiccups as far as that went. So you may be right, and since you're not doing it, you're paying them anyway. I guess let them go ahead and label it. For me, when I'm doing my own labeling, it just makes life a whole lot easier.
Yeah, it definitely does. I mean, you just open up a box and move it to another box, and that's it.
Well, see, when you say it like that, it makes it sound simple. But when you're the one moving those boxes, then it's not so much fun. But all right, we're going to wrap it up. It is now 9 o'clock, and you still have work to do. Very impressive, my friend. You're a hustler like almost none other. You do have a couple others out there, though, because you guys are all doing it together. And it motivates the crap out of you. I don't know if you realize it. I don't know if people in the chat room realize it. But to see you guys work that hard every day, it makes me go, I have no excuse. Rafael Grupico, I don't think you're familiar with who he is. But he lives in a one-bedroom apartment, and he's doing like $35,000, $40,000 a month. He's like on a second or third floor apartment. So he's putting these boxes upstairs. He's packing it all himself. He's, in this one bedroom apartment, processing all this stuff all by himself, lugging it back downstairs. So I see him doing what he's doing. I see you guys doing what you're doing. I'm like, I need to get off my lazy butt and start cranking it. Chris Manise, who is in the chat room, is killing it. And he takes care of 3 kids full time. So, I use all of what you guys show me to inspire me, and I appreciate it like you wouldn't believe. And that's really the biggest jump in these numbers over the last month. It's not as much the product as it is the hustle. Now the product's been nice, but it's just getting your butt out there and doing the job. And you guys do it like none other. So thank you for an hour of your very valuable time tonight. I appreciate it.
It's my lunch break. I needed it too.
Take a little rest. Yeah. What you do have a scanner, right? You're not scanning with your phone, are you?
No, I use my phone.
Do you? You still with the camera? Dude, you got to change that.
What do you mean? Like a Bluetooth handheld?
Yeah.
You use that in the store?
Okay. I was showing you like the USB scanner for like hooked up to your computer. I thought when you were scanning in inventory, that's what you were talking about. But oh no, yeah. When I'm in the store, no, I'm using a KDC 200 Bluetooth scanner.
I want to update some stuff. When we went to SCOE, Jason Smith was talking about something he uses. It's like, I guess it's what's the Amazon thing called? Where it just reads it. He just takes the phone and like pushes it across it, and it tells him the items.
Oh, people are saying Amazon Flow.
Okay.
Is that where it just like took a picture of it basically?
Yeah, and he said he just moves his phone across, and it shows him like the return on stuff, and then he'll stop when something's good. If it's that easy, why am I not doing that?
It's not 100% accurate.
Okay.
But I haven't really tried that. For me, I use a Bluetooth scanner, so I just zap the barcode.
I know a bunch of the stores I shop at, though. It would be very good if it's that easy.
Yeah.
Someone just said the Flow doesn't show rankings, and I go off rankings with everything.
Yeah, Jason's doing a little bit different model. He's not really doing a high volume on Amazon, so
I don't think he's doing any Amazon, is he?
Yeah, he's doing a little bit.
Oh, is he?
He actually called me to help do his first listing the other day. So
I still haven't done a listing.
Yeah.
So I might be calling you to do that too.
Dude, you blew my mind yesterday when you asked, what does this talk about 3-inch tape? Does it really make a difference?
Oh, yeah. See?
You're not using 3-inch tape.
Nope.
No scanner, no 3-inch tape.
My employees hate me, huh?
You haven't created a listing yet, and you're going to do over $1 million. So, All the stuff we take for granted. Michael Flanagan said hillbilly FBA. And yes, your employees hate you. They just don't know it yet.
They don't know. They'll see it soon. They hate the tape I get.
Oh,
but
yeah. No,
buying it by the case at the flea market, we get it so cheap that I don't care.
You got the little rolls of Scotch tape? Is that?
No, they're not that little. I'm not that mean.
Well, that's good. No, get either Bubble Fast or Uline. Both of them have variations on the quiet tape is the one I like. But even if you don't care about quiet tape, get 3-inch tape of some kind. I mean, dude.
What's the other tape? Is it like 2 inches, 1.5 inches?
Yeah, 2-inch. Yeah, 2 inches is standard. I like the 3-inch quiet tape. So, Jenny, if you just go on Bubble Fast and search quiet tape, or Uline and search quiet tape, Uline also has silent tape. They have quiet and silent. So I use the silent, which is kind of a rubber instead of a plastic. And
so then I'd be able to sleep in when my employees are downstairs taping?
Yeah. Yeah, they won't wake you up. I actually just sent some to Gompers because he lives in an apartment. And he said the guy upstairs from him, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, and all I hear is this, with the tape. The guy's like, I thought about sending you a text being like, hey, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. It's like, I didn't, but if you could keep it quiet. I was like, dude, why aren't you using silent tape? It's like, what's silent tape? I said, I'll send you some. So I sent him some quiet, and I sent him some silent. And so he's testing those out. But yeah, it's it makes a huge difference, especially if your neighbors are trying to sleep.
Yeah.
But all right, Todd, I appreciate it, man. It's been awesome. Thank you so much. We are at the 1 hour mark. I don't want to keep people too long. I definitely don't want to keep you too long because you still have work to do. And man, amazing stuff. So thank you for being on. Thank you for just sharing what a day in the life of $1 million seller looks like. It's all about the hustle. So incredible stuff. Thank you, sir.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right, Todd, take it easy.
Yep.
Everybody, thank you for being here. I think we had 68 people show up. That's awesome. We are going to get Harvey Specter on here one of these days. I'm going to talk to him about why he didn't show up, but that'll just make for a better show later on down the road. And hopefully we can get Matt Kelly and possibly Agus on here too. So, all right, guys, hope you have a great night. Thank you so much. And the replays will be available on both SoundCloud and YouTube either tonight or first thing tomorrow. If you don't see them, shoot me a reminder. Sometimes I get sidetracked after I get off the show. But thanks, everybody, and we'll see you next week on Fast Turn Radio.